There is an industry that's quietly draining billions from the Indian economy, making everyday goods more expensive for the common people. At the same time, it's burning billions in VC money, not because it lacks opportunity, because it's the easiest idea to fund and least understood by those trying to build it. So, welcome to an episode of No Noise, where we understand what really matters. Today, we are talking about India's $60 billion logistic problem and why, despite all the funding, all the tech, and all the talk, the so called Uber for trucking yet doesn't work. So, why is this industry costing us billions of dollars every year? Because nearly 25 to 35% of the time, trucks in India are running empty. No goods, no cargo, just a vehicle burning fuel and earning nothing. And yet the cost remains the same: fuel, toll, maintenance, none of that goes away. According to some estimates, these empty return trips are costing the Indian economy at least $60 billion every single year. And guess who ends up paying for it? We do, the customers. It gets passed on quickly into the price of everything we buy. But the real question is, why are trucks running empty in the first place? It's not like there's shortage of goods. Goods are moving. Demand exists. That's not the problem. The problem is information mismatch. Transporters don't know which company needs a truck, usually in the area where the trucks are sitting idle. At the same time, companies with goods to move are not aware about empty trucks available nearby. And this is where the famous pitch comes in. We are building the Uber for trucking, a platform that solves demand and supply visibility gap by connecting trucks to loads in real time. Sounds exciting, right? Which is why VCs love it. So why does the Uber for trucking idea excite investors? Because it checks all the classic boxes: a massive market size, high growth potential, a clear network effect advantage, and a winner take all market. So why has the Uber for trucking idea not worked? The answer lies in few simple questions. How does the trucking industry actually run on the ground? What does each person in the chain really need? What are the day-to-day problems they face? And where have most of the startups gone wrong while trying to build it? So let's start with a simple question. How does the trucking industry actually operate on the ground? Unlike personal transport, where Uber and Ola currently operate, there are just two parties involved there: a passenger who has to go from point A to point B, and a driver who takes them there. It's simple, clean, and efficient. In goods transport, it's not that simple. Here, you're dealing with three different parties. A shipper, basically the company, importer, or exporter, whoever owns the goods, which needs to be transported. Then, the booking agent, who has a contract with the shipper and a relationship with the truck owner. They sit right in the middle of making the match happen. Then the truck owner, who actually transports the goods from point A to point B. So right from the start, this market has one extra layer compared to personal transport. And this one extra layer adds more friction, more negotiation, and a whole lot less real-time visibility. So what does each stakeholder in the system want? First, the shipper. What do they care about? Firstly, the goods should be picked on time, as soon as demand is created. No delays, no excuses. Second, no damage. The shipment should arrive just the way it left, which is clean, intact, and accounted for. Third, the big one. They expect 60 days of credit, which is the truck does the job on day one and they get paid 2 months later. Next, we have the booking agent, the bridge between supply and demand. What do they need? First, guaranteed availability. Whenever they need a truck should be ready to go. That means the truck owner actually has to send the vehicle. No cancellation, no last minute excuses. Second, on time arrival at pickup point. To feel confident, they will often ask for GPS tracked vehicles so they can give live updates to the shipper. And third, trust. They need to believe that the truck owner will handle the goods safely and cause no damages during transit. Finally, the truck owner, the one actually doing the job. What do they want? Number one, same day payment. Ideally, they want to be paid the moment the goods are picked up. Second, a return load, right after the goods are dropped off, which is the biggest portion of the $60 billion loss. Driving back empty means wasted fuel, time, and money. And third, consistent business. Not one time jobs, not maybe next week. They want repeat work, something they can rely on. Now, let's flip the lens. We've understood what each stakeholder wants. Let us understand the problem each stakeholder faces. The shipper. First, the truck doesn't reach on time, and that one delay it can throw off supply chains. And even when the trucks do reach on time, there's another problem. Cargoes sometimes get damaged, either from poor handling, bad roads, or sloppy loading practices. That's lost time, lost money, and lost trust. The problems the booking agent face. First, they often can't find a vehicle when they need it. And no, that's just not during peak season. Even on regular days, there is no clear time visibility on which trucks are available and where they are. Second, even when the vehicle is confirmed, there is no real time clarity. Where is the truck right now? How long will it take to reach the pickup point? Most of the times they're relying on calls, WhatsApp, or just pure guesswork. And third, delayed payment from shippers, which means the agents have to keep running behind them to get the payment. At the same time, pay the truck owners on time. This breaks relationships. The problem the truck owner faces. For the truck owner, the pain starts with ideal time. The trucks often sit parked for hours, sometimes days, just waiting for work to come in. Why? Because they don't have direct access to demand. They're dependent on agents or existing contacts, and that limits how they often get business. And there's no guarantee of return loads. So they drive back empty, burning fuel, wasting time, and losing money. So where did most of the startups go wrong while building the Uber for trucking? Let's break it down mistake by mistake. Mistake 1. Cutting out booking agents. Startups assumed that booking agents were just middlemen and they could be replaced with tech. Big mistake. Why? Because these agents bring volume to business, the very foundation of any marketplace. And cutting them out, it broke network effects before it could even begin. But that's not all. These agents also manage credit cycles. A truck owner can't wait for 60 days to get paid. A shipper won't pay upfront. These agents were shock absorbers in the system, and removing them broke supply chain. Mistake 2. Not providing return load to truck owners. The key to retaining a truck owner is simple. Give them return loads. That's how you build loyalty and daily active supply. But most of the startups failed here, and here's why. They tried to expand into too many cities too quickly, without fully owning one route end to end. Instead of dominating a single corridor like Mumbai to Pune and back, they spread themselves thin across 10 to 15 cities. No control, no density, no consistency. And if you can't even guarantee a return load on your strongest corridor, you are never going to build loyalty from truck owners. And it wasn't just the route. They didn't focus on one vehicle type either, mixing trailers, containers, flatbeds, and open body trucks. Made it nearly impossible to match supply and return load demand. And without density and without focus, return loads become impossible. Mistake 3. Lack of pricing transparency. Startups also failed to offer fair and predictable pricing to either side. There was no clear logic on how pricing worked, per route, per ton, per kilometer, or per trip. And the platform commissions, it varied trip to trip. This created instant mistrust. In a market like logistics, where trust is already fragile, pricing opacity kills retention. Mistake 4. Lack of vehicle availability. Even when startups got a few shippers on board, they couldn't offer the vehicles the shipper needed. Sometimes the right body type wasn't available, other times wrong location, wrong timing, wrong match. And when that happens, the shipper picks up his phone, calls his booking agent, and never comes back on the platform again. So, if I were to build the Uber for trucking, what would I do differently? Let me break it down. Step 1. Pick one corridor. Only one. I would start with a single high frequency corridor. For example, Mumbai to Pune and back. That becomes my testing ground. Every decision, every system, every fix happens there first. No distractions, no chasing volumes. Step 2. Choose one vehicle type. Don't try to do it all. Pick one body type, trailers, containers, or open body trucks, and dominate it. Because without vehicle type focus, return loads are almost impossible to match. Step 3. Define the expansion metrics. No new vehicles, no new cities. Not until these three metrics hit a clear benchmark. Metric 1. Return load rate. What percentage of trucks are getting a return load? Metric 2. Return load time. In how much time are these trucks getting a return load? Metric 3. Truck availability time. In how much time are booking agents able to find a truck? Till the time these three metrics do not hit a clear benchmark, no scaling. 4. Lock in supply first. Bring in truck owners who already operate on your corridor, not just one-off drivers, but repeat operators. This gives you consistency and reliability, and the kind of supply you can build around. Step 5. Build demand, one deal at a time. Bring in booking agents, even if it means offering discount, but don't try to retain them with price. Retention will only come from two broad metrics: timely vehicle availability and zero damage deliveries. That's what booking agents really care about. 6. Start lean, build trust and tech later. In the beginning, run it all on WhatsApp. Messages, updates, coordination, payment. Keep it manual until the process actually works. Only then layer on an app. One for booking agents, one for truck owners. Here's the truth. Tech isn't the solution. It's just the enabler. This industry doesn't run on the code. It runs on trust, timing and availability. That's what matters. That's where you build from. So the next time you hear someone say, we are building the Uber for trucking, ask them three simple questions. Which corridor, which vehicle, and what's your return load rate? Because this industry doesn't need another app. It just needs someone who actually understands what really matters. I'm Ujjwal Goyal and this is NoNoise.